Hey everyone! Welcome back to Dragonstone, episode 6 of season 3. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. As you can see, we are missing a player today, and that's fine. Hopefully everything is okay with Chrissy, and we will see her in 2 weeks from now. Because we're not having stream next week. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna let the crew go around and introduce themselves and their characters and their awkward question as John continuously turns green because Zoom is weird. Um, Introduce themselves and their questions and their. Ooh, 1 second. I hear myself in.
I hate it when that happens.
On my stream. I can't see it, but I can hear myself. So there's a weird codex going on in Chrome right now on my PC. So that being said, the awkward question that y'all are gonna have to answer for me today is, if your character could go to one concert to see one band for the rest of their lives and only that band, what would it be? We're gonna start with Mitch.
Oh man, one band. All right. Hi, I am Mitchell. I am Penny for a Tale on all the social medias. I am playing Fleece, your goody paladin, Oath of Redemption. One thing, I think it would be a Spice Girls, like the OG Spice Girls, like like 5 years ago, Spice Girls, maybe 10. I'm trying to figure out how long ago that.
30?
Yeah, like in their prime.
The 90s were 30 years ago. I'm just reminding you.
Don't 1991 was 30 years ago.
The 90s was
clear.
10 years ago. It's fine.
The Spice Girls were like late 90s.
95, yeah, that's true. So 25 years ago.
Yes. I want to. Fleece would love
that back.
Okay. If you want to be my lover. All right. Cool. Thank you. Next we have Lilith.
Hello. I'm Lilith. I will be playing Kyrie, the half-elf rogue wizard. Absolutely a wizard. Definitely a wizard. And she would follow around similarly, I think late 90s, early 2000s, but Beastie Boys.
Sabotage, I got it. I feel you.
Yeah. I feel you. She's rhyming and stealing. That's what she does.
And right. I'm John, and I'm playing Malik Vaughn, the half-drow / half-orc wizard. Malik would go to Freddie Mercury era Queen concerts and nothing else. And I'm going to try to fix my green. I'm going to try something that might fix the green. Hang on.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll mess up your arrangements.
It probably will.
But
it's okay. Go ahead. It'll only take me a couple of seconds to fix it.
I'm going to see if swapping my camera to and from something else will fix it.
Okay. And while you're doing that, hi everyone. My name is Val. I am your dungeon master for today, and if me or my characters had to listen to one band live for the rest of my life, it would be Andrew WK. Because, you know what? Partying. There's
a lot of party going on.
There's a lot of partying going on, but yeah. I'm okay with that. If it wasn't that, then it would be my guilty pleasure from the early 2000s called Breaking Benjamin. I know it's pretty cringe. I understand that it's cringe, but at least it's not 3 Days Grace.
See, and it makes for an apt metaphor, Val, because Kyrie, she fought and died for your character's right to party. Okay?
Yes!
Nope, that didn't work. But I didn't move, so...
You didn't move because of the way I rearranged things. But you will just be green for a hot second, or not, and that's okay.
Forever.
We're not gonna be mad at Zoom. We can be a little mad at Zoom, but we'll write a very stern letter, like a proper Canadian that I am now. So, with that in mind, everyone, I would like to know from your perspective and your character's perspective, like what you recall from last week, because I like to know what's important to your characters. So, does anybody want to fight over that?
Lost my army.
You lost your army. That is
Yeah.
the army
That's
of
all that
drakes.
happened.
Yes, you didn't lose them, but you just might have lost them as drakes because they're people.
As long as they're okay with fighting with pitchforks, I'm cool with it.
Okay. They're like soldiers and their wives and their children. Like, so they are luckily they're a little bit better than just pitchforks.
Kids are dangerous.
I agree.
Send
Kids
them
are
out to
very
war.
dangerous. To the point where I never trust them. I don't trust children. I especially don't trust children in role playing games or just any game. I just don't trust children in games.
Yeah.
Like,
My son one time we were watching TV and he hugged me, got up on the couch, looked at me, and then drop kicked me in the face. Just for like no reason. He was smiling the whole time, and I'm like, what the hell?
That rules.
all right. What's about? What about Lilith? What is something that was like that really kind of stood out to you that you remember recap wise?
The MILF. The MILF.
MILF?
No, it's important. MILF.
Yeah, the
M-
MILF. Yes.
ELF.
As in the acid arrow.
That's close. There might be an acid arrow involved someday if Kyrie rolls her cards right. That's not how you say it. But you know, the more the MILF plays hard to get, the more Kyrie wants her, and also Rava's not around to make it weird this week. So
That's right. Kyrie instantly gained a crush on Rava's mom.
yeah.
As soon as like with good reason.
Uh-huh.
You know, drow matriarchs are just fucking hot.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's always they just exude step on me mommy energy and it'll never end. Just never end. And she's actually a mom of at least 3 children.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
definitely in there. John, what about you? What is something that you recalled from like last time that like really recapped wise really sticks out for you?
Lilith came back and stole somebody from the city in order to find more dragon shards.
That is a pretty important one.
Kind of prompted us to have to say, hey, there's someone somewhere that might have more dragon shards that we should probably get before Lilith gets, because if Lilith gets an amount of dragon shards equivalent to what the dragon currently has, then it'll be worse. So maybe
That does feel marginally more important than the hot mommy elf.
and also we need to put all these people back into their proper bodies.
Yeah. A lot of things happened. It was a big role play session last time, and Rava's mom, Kazel, appeared, and she wasn't exactly what anyone expected. Very clear she is not an active mother. She is there to have children, and that's about it. And then like move on with her life. So she did appear with her son, who is named Aquinas, who is a half drow, half Eladrin, and the wet nurse to her infant, who, as far as you can tell, is actually full drow, and female. So most likely, at some point, it's like maybe I should actually make an heir, like a kind of thing. So there's that. And yes, Lilith did reappear and was like, I'm gonna take my little Dragonstone radar, that I gave her the ability to do that. So yeah, we're gonna take Beatrix. And subsequently probably left Fleece in charge of the strip club. that she built in a day, because it's either that or that one kobold that doesn't really have a name. But we left off essentially with the lot of you at the end of that scene where your friend gets kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
I say loosely friend because I don't think that Malik considers Beatrix a friend yet, barely an ally, like kind of thing.
Verging towards not a liability at the moment.
Yeah,
right?
verging towards
but not quite there.
Yeah, and and for good reason. She is a succubus. She does, she was able to make a strip club in a day, because that's just what they do. So here you all are. You were sent by your dad, Malik, to go and get breakfast, essentially, from this place, because they have an excellent breakfast buffet. You're returning with your food, I guess, to the council meeting.
Yeah, we had actually already informed them.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's where we left off.
So things of note you should note. Everyone at the table. Let me kind of write down a list of everyone at the council table and people who are missing. So first and foremost, you have Joanne Dutera, who is a former princess and the current sort of head of council. You have her son Rybeard, who is a werewolf. You have Alton Sinai, which is Malik's dad. You have Lash Strothel, which is he's essentially a bodyguard / muscle of Joe. Who else is there? You have Kazel, her son Aquinas, and suspiciously missing. Well, not suspiciously missing first is Shadow, who is the werewolf tribe leader, and suspiciously missing is Darkheart. Now, or Ophelia, as some of you may know her. She has the code name and her real name, which is Ophelia Wagner, which is drawing some concern that Ophelia can't be found. And in the same concern, it's like, didn't you all and let's see who's going to say this. We'll say that it will be Joe, as you guys are telling her the news about all of this, and she's telling you that Darkheart had left and she can't find them, and then it's like, wasn't there another one of you? Like Thora. What happened to Thora?
We actually had two more. We seem to be just hemorrhaging folks, which sucks.
Rava's right over there.
Yeah, Rava's with you. Here's the thing. To be fair, Rava is a gloom stalker, and if she hides in the shadows, even if you have night vision, very specifically if you have night vision, you can't see her.
Yeah. So Kyrie's just like, oh my god, okay, Rava's here. Okay, good. We're only down one person.
Yeah.
But I will say, so yeah, Thora left. There was a whole, she kind of disappeared. This is not the first time this has happened, though.
Oh.
And the first time that it happened was fucking with Darkheart. So like, kind of seems like maybe if they both disappeared around the same time, that
they disappeared together.
There's like I feel like there's a line to be drawn there. I don't know if I need to get out. I have red yarn and thumbtacks, but we could.
Are you saying you want us to get a board up and perhaps start connecting dots? Do you feel that it's...
What I'm saying is I don't think I need to, because I think I've connected the two dots. There's one dot, two dots, and boom, they're together.
It's not so much a board as a line, really.
Yeah.
It is a bit weird, but also not, because they were both of celestial blood, which
What I'm thinking.
only two that I've ever encountered in my life. And now that you think about it, Darkheart is the one that told us about these ruins and when she found us
Mm-hmm.
and led us here. Like, we sort of knew that they existed, but encouraged us to resettle and rebuild atop of um, these old ruins. And out of character, when I talk about like old ruins, kind of think about like before like town stuff was being built. Like, none of the old like columns or temples or anything have been destroyed. It's all just been built around everything. So, like, not to disturb things that
Mhm.
are already. Kind of think of how like
Mm-hmm.
you're sort of building around the ruins in Greek or in Rome, Greece or Rome or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
That's kind of like how this is constructed. Um, Perhaps that is something we should look into. It's odd that it was kept secret from us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you all want to do?
Well, importantly, we need to spend a few days turning the people of Dawn back to
Of
their
course.
natural states.
Mm-hmm.
After that, though, we have a lead in Elkhart that we need to follow.
That's
Unless
right.
something more important has popped up.
Not yet. What is the lead?
Yeah,
Um,
what is it?
I forget.
Please.
I
You-
forget the name, but
Uh-huh.
Malik wouldn't.
The mysteries.
It's the dragon that Pip. That's
Pip.
it.
Pip.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, apparently Pip is currently somewhere within the Elkhart territory,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to find them before Lilith does.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Lilith is after Pip.
Well, Lilith
Nah.
is Lilith. Well, I thought we'd explained all this already. Lilith
Sorry,
is.
I'm like, maybe we're just doing this in character now. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's Malik.
Yeah.
It's like all right.
Yeah.
Lilith grabbed Beatrix to find
Mm-hmm.
dragon shards or shards of the Dragonstone, of which there is a vast quantity being held by Pip.
Well, she'll be a little disappointed going to him. It's not so much that it's being held by him because he didn't trust as a dragon himself not to fall to its greed, but he did hide them. So at most he has information. He is the only one who knows where that amount of shard is for a reason.
Well, in that case, she probably doesn't actually need to go to him, which means that we need to go to him faster.
Well, that is. You have two options of travel through there. It's through the wilds that seemingly change planes, and you guys are sort of in a separate room than, let's say, like the rest of the council, which are kind of going over plans, and she sort of nods over to the table, or through the Underdark, which we are trying to secure that route specifically to travel to Elkhart.
I think the Underdark sounds like a good idea.
Is that an in-character sound or an out-of-character sound?
In character.
Oh.
I don't do well without the sun over extended periods of time. I kind of get a little depression, maybe even some mood swings. Fleece really likes the sun and bathing in it and just enjoying it. Plants and flowers and good company. This sounds like a lonely and dark venture.
Yes.
I feel like one of us could tune up our light spell to be like a sad lamp for you.
Wouldn't
I
it be
mean,
better to
for a-
call it a happy lamp?
You'd think it would be, but that's what
Let's
they
call
call
it a
them.
happy lamp.
Let's do that.
Sun lamp.
Yeah.
There is an alternative, but it's not guaranteed.
And what's that, Mount?
I can try to teleport us directly to the territory, but there's a chance it'll be vastly off target.
And there's also, I'm gonna kind of let you know, one of the reasons why you guys are having trouble teleporting there is because there is like this massive pieces of landmass that just affects your magic. Like whether it's a Fae or Shadowfell or whatever, like that happens. It's just kind of like jumping across kind of fucking hard. Like you could definitely misstep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mount doesn't really do it anyways because there's only a 15% chance that we'd be on target.
Yeah.
Because it's a description at best. Everything else is off target or worse, severely worse. So,
I don't know.
that would
I
be
feel like
particularly risky.
I feel like chilling without the sun for a little while, for a little venture, would be the least risky of the options. Fleece, we will, we can be good, caring, adventuring buddies. Help dig up your gloomies if they do come in.
Every time we stop to rest, I can give you a sunroom if you'd like.
That would be nice. Maybe like a hug too, some affection.
Rava.
Okay, Malik's on hug duty.
Just Rava catches on as fast as possible and does the same thing. Because technically y'all haven't had a divorce yet, but or an annulment, but yeah, and Joe's like, well, it'll be a few days. After all, we're working out the details of said route, the safest possible route. Avoiding tribbles of loss and such. We don't want to run into those. Until then, Malik, I believe you and your father are going to help out what's going on in Dawn. Kyrie.
Yes.
You, out of all of us, probably knew Darkheart the best.
Mm-hmm.
You traveled together. You were friends even before this debacle happened. Mm-hmm. Could I entrust you in these next couple of days of possibly looking through her effects to get some sort of lead on to that could be possibly be acted upon?
Couldn't hurt. I think I could be helpful with that.
Thank you. Feels very weird, but I give you permission to go into her quarters and look through her stuff.
Cool. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. I will not make you regret that decision.
Please don't. Well, this is what she gets for disappearing. And Fleece, you can go and do as you please, I suppose. Help and support whoever it is that you wish to help and support the most right now.
Between these two?
Yes. Because Rava's going to be busy, getting to know her mom. So...
That's fair.
And her brother, yeah.
Do you think Rava and I could swap? No, okay. No, that doesn't seem like a good idea. Okay.
There's a slight brow, and I will... Let me roll an insight. Hold on a second. Upon dinner time, do you want me to arrange for you to be across from her?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. She has specific needs for next to her, but I think across from the table is doable. Joe wholeheartely supports this because, one, it politically benefits her. Two, it's cute. Kind of thing. Okay. Fleece, what is your decision? Who are you going to...
Oh, man. I hate when they make me choose.
It's just a popping sound and Malik's gone.
Kyrie, I choose Kyrie.
You choose Kyrie. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Gonna go investigate a girl's room. I love
It'll
it.
be. It's okay. It'll be simple and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Kingdom Hearts reference or?
Yes.
Character is named Kyrie. Come on.
I have a Kingdom Hearts tattoo that is covered up. Like, that is how much, like, I had my Kingdom Hearts phase, and then I went, I need to leave this. I need, like, Anyway, shit, the song is in my head. I can't get it out now.
This is just goofy. Come on, y'all.
Like, thanks everyone. Like,
Mission accomplished. Bye.
Are we
cool.
just playing Kingdom
Straight-
Hearts now? Let's do it. All right.
Man.
I have a keyblade.
Oh my god. So, okay, so here, I'm just gonna let you know how deep-rooted Kingdom Hearts is into this campaign. Evan and Lash are originally Kingdom Hearts fanfic characters.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
We should do a Kingdom Hearts 5e campaign.
Yeah, how
Maybe next
fanficky
time. You can run
were
that.
those-
So,
How
I'll play it, but
fanficky
you
were
can
those
run it.
characters?
Oh, one had a keyblade.
Did the other have wings?
What was this fanfic rated on like a G2?
Yeah, G. It was definitely a G-rated one. I tried to keep it within the realm. But anyway, getting out of Kingdom Hearts for a second, let's do these in
Only for a second.
just for a second. As one character's name is Darkheart. Like, whose room you're gonna go through. So, Malik, you and your dad will certainly take the time. It'll take 2 days to get through everyone. Are you going to spend your night there, or are you gonna come back every night?
I'll spend the night.
You're gonna spend the night
in
there.
my mansion.
All right, cool. All right. So,
Why have a magnificent mansion if you're not going to use it?
yeah, not an issue. So with Fleece and Kyrie, you were given the key to Darkheart's quarters, and kind of like how like Joe is, like she has an apartment connected to the council building. That's also kind of like how Darkheart's been living. She has a small apartment connected to the council building. It's like, council building flats on the second floor. So how do y'all go about your stuff? What's going on? What you looking for? Where you looking? Going into this apartment. It's pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1-bedroom.
Okay.
But a nice little kitchenette and a little reading nook. A dark, like she came from like a noble family as well, but wasn't into that noble life. And also, there's just the whole. She actually came from a family of cartographers, so you actually see that she is, like, probably on her wall, like, a map of the world. There's your continent, and then there's some more to the south and to the west that are unknown lands to you all, but, she has a little bit of stuff going on there. She has a work desk, a small library. You are very green, sir.
I'm just in the land of green.
Hopefully it'll come back. At worst, you could like restart Zoom, but I don't know.
Well,
so
if my portrait's not gonna move, I could do that, but
it will move if you.
It will, won't it?
But
We'll
anyway.
do it on the break.
Yeah. Anyway, on what is y'all plan, friends? What are you gonna look for? Where are you looking? That kind of stuff.
I think I'm first just gonna like start like, because maps, I'm just like, okay, maps, if we're looking for people, then let's just start poking around maps. Let's start seeing
Let's
like
start poking around the maps. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Man, I kind of miss Age because it's like, give me a cartography thing, and I'm like, actually, do you have any cartographer tool like proficiencies in that, or proficient in navigation or anything like that? Okay, cool. Felice, what about you?
But
Nah.
if we come across any locked drawers, that I can fix.
That you can fix for sure. All right. So first things first, there are clearly maps out in the open. Are you gonna look at those, or are you gonna look for secret hidden maps?
Oh, I'm looking for secrets.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that'll
we're
just
touching
be
everything.
all right. So let's go ahead and roll some investigation checks, please. Get that
Hell yeah.
shit's over on this side. 22. All right. What about you, please?
Oh, I was hoping you were going to forget.
No, I'm not gonna forget because you're gonna like depending on what you roll. I'm gonna yeah. So Kyrie, you are looking through and you're looking at like the maps on the wall and you're kind of looking behind them. You're looking at the ones rolled up on the drawer. One that really stands out to you is a map of this city before it was a ruin. Like you can tell like there is like a note of, and it's Darkheart's handwriting and she's writing in the margins. She's writing in Celestial, however. Do you speak Celestial? Or does Fleece speak Celestial?
No.
Oh. Trying to find languages. Where do I have my languages at?
Your languages are...
They should be under tool proficiencies, underneath tool proficiencies.
Oh, yes, I do. Celestial and civilian.
Sylvan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we say in our native
You learned
tongue.
that at the Sylvan Learning Center.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so you're like looking at these maps and you're like, ah, yes, this is clearly a just gonna do that in Discord real quick. Clearly Darkheart's handwriting, clearly a map of the city, but you can't read it, so you're like, yo, Fleece.
Fleece, could you take a look? There's words I don't know. Maybe you know.
Of course.
Thank you.
Look at it, gaze upon it with my brilliant eyes.
Color in
take
your
out
eyes.
little tiny glasses. See what we got here.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah. All right. So basically, the things that she is writing in, the word that definitely sticks out to you most is Waystone. And the other word that sticks out to you is a name. And I'm going to type it in Roll20 check for y'all because it's called Chazquel. Yeah, in fact, let me just... I have it actually written in the... Make sure I am spelling this. Chazquel.
I was gonna say Chazquel is something I had to get from the doctor's office for an infection a while ago.
Chazquel because of and you would recognize that the EL in a being's name is related to angels, please. Like you would know that as a paladin.
So it was an angel? It says something here about an angel and a waystone of some sort.
Okay. Angel. Okay. Angel, waystone. That's really making me feel like if we want to find our friends, we gotta find a waystone. Because waystones, like you wasn't that fucking ice bitch talking about some way shrines?
Yes.
Yeah. So waystones, way shrines, and she wanted us to open them up so that she could go somewhere. So I bet waystones help us go somewhere else. And
it
that
was in
might
the
be...
wizard, right?
Yes.
Do we open him up? Surely not.
We can try. I don't think he's gonna like that. But
not without his consent. Obviously, we're not doing
no.
it without his
Of
consent.
course not. No.
but if he's willing, uh,
Or we could just find I bet there's other places that waystones are found.
maybe if we go back, maybe she had some books or anything. If we
there was a reading nook. Yes. Let's look through the reading nook
go
and see if
find the
there's
nookie.
anything about. Yes. Let's go get some nookie and find something about some stones.
Yeah.
All right.
High five.
Yes, I'm living for this buddy cop movie.
Yeah, no, this is a good dynamic that I don't feel like we have.
Or the buddy and because ACAP, the buddy investigator movie. Let's say that.
Buddy detective.
The buddy detectives, yes. So
The bimbo and the thembo go on an adventure together.
yes, I love it. That's a theme on this channel is just disaster gays and buddy cop films. That's just what happens on this channel a lot. So
Here for it.
Y'all are going through her reading material. Very cool. So that would be another investigation check from y'all to go through that. Unless you wanted to kind of look over the map a little bit more, that would just be a general intelligence check. And if you had cartography tools or whatever, you would add that kind of efficiency.
I am specifically looking for stuff about waystones in the reading
Cool.
material.
All right. With a 15. So would you like to help Mitch so that you give Lilith or Kyrie an advantage on that investigation?
Yeah, I don't know if doing a quick massage will do it. Maybe playing his bell or triangle, if that
This is good. Okay.
Yes. Cool.
Marginally better.
Yeah, marginally better. I love it. So you're going through the reading material. Most of it just seems like dime smut novels for some reason, but which is a side of Dark Heart you didn't know about.
I feel like there's gonna be a check for me to not just get completely hung up. Just hello,
a moment, and a few dime smut novels, and then you get to the section where you're going through some books, and you pull a book out from the shelf, and you see what looks like another map just kind of hidden in a piece of parchment folded and sort of taped to the back of the bookshelf.
What? Okay. Yeah,
the 16 was exactly what you needed.
Kyrie's immediately just tearing books off the shelf to pull this parchment out.
Okay, so this is again kind of a map of the city, but
she was really hoping for porn.
It's more of not yet. That's not where Dark Heart keeps her porn. You never went into her bedroom. So you sort of, and you open this, and it's another map, and it looks like a map of caverns. The underground. Not the Underdark, but the underground.
Right.
And now I would like you to do an insight check.
Yes. Now this.
You know that it's important, and you know that it's important to the other map that you found. That's about, because there's similar little red markings, little X's on the maps. So that's what you realize, that they're related to each other somehow. You just can't quite put your fingers on it.
Okay.
Then you can ask Fleece for help if you want. But
yeah, I was gonna say I put them both down next to each other because I've gathered that that's important, and I'm Fleece, do you got anything? Can you make sense of? I just see little marks. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, sure. Let me see here.
When did Fleece become an old man?
When was Fleece not an old man?
Yeah.
True.
Whenever he has to read things.
All right, so
Yeah, he's
an
like looking through it.
yeah, go ahead and insight it for me, please, to see if you can make the connection. I believe in you, please. A 15. All right. So you're kind of looking at it. You're looking at this map. You're looking at this map, and it seems that if you put them on top of each other, the X's match up.
Look, gaze upon the
Yeah.
map.
The maps aren't transparent, so you can't, like, if you put one on top of each other, like, you can't see through it. Like, you would need probably
Damn
like
it.
light to see through, like a light box or some sort.
Is there a window around here?
Yeah, of course there's a window.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
place it on top and try to use the sun to do it. Like whichever one's the power bottom
Yeah.
goes first, and then the
Okay.
other one's the
You
top.
notice that the cavernous one is the power bottom.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
yes.
Seems correct.
Yeah, so yeah, this is revealed to be a mirror image of what looks like to be underneath this city, like caverns underneath this city, and a possible entrance into these caverns.
Are you looking at this? This is
I am
awesome,
seeing it.
Kyrie.
I'm seeing it. We got to go to these caves.
Yes.
Gotta go to these caves.
Where is it? Is
Yeah.
it? Where are we in this? Do they have an X mark the spot?
I mean, this whole place is like ruin kind of central. So I assume we can kind of start orienting ourselves around this spot kind of looks like the area around the council chambers. So if we just kind of, I'm just saying that, but I bet I can figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh man, we pretty much solved a mystery in like a couple hours. Like maybe this is a career choice that we could dabble in the future.
Yes.
Like open your own private investigator agency.
Yeah, we'll just forget
Yeah.
about the apocalypse and start a detective agency.
I'm here for it. I am here for that being season 4. So just writing novels about that. So so you guys have discovered these maps. It can take a little while to decipher. One, it is written in Celestial, or her notes are written in Celestial. But it's also stuff that doesn't make sense. Like it's all in idioms. Like the grass is greener on the beach side, or the eye of the door. It's coded, right? So there's also deciphering what the codes are to kind of figure out where you can enter into these caves. And for story's sake, I will say it might take a day so that your wizard can get back for it.
What happened? We were doing a buddy cop
I
thing.
know.
We're gonna
It's a lot of deciphering,
we
and
should leave him a letter.
yeah.
Getting into
That being
trouble.
said, you still have other things to look at in this room if you want to look for them. It's sort of up to you. Is it you found this? What else? Are you gonna look some more, or are you just gonna? This is good enough.
Yeah.
The
sure.
maps were kind of behind books and hidden away, so
Yeah.
and it looks like Kyrie was a little bit rough with it and was able to get some things out of it. So Fleece is going to take that and run with it, and then just kind of be rough with things and see he's not very investigative like Kyrie, so he wouldn't but he's hoping if he just shakes it enough, maybe things will happen.
You just gonna shake the bookshelf?
Just kind of he'll pull things off to see if is this a lever, and no, it's not. Okay, just move it on, and then pull books out and stuff like that and flip through them.
Fleece
Okay.
is just having a wild time.
So you're gonna trash this woman's apartment, is what you're telling me.
Oh crap. with the intention of cleaning it up afterwards.
Okay, as long as the intent is there, that's 9/10 of the law. It's fine.
Exactly.
So go ahead. Man, I don't even know how to make this. You know what? I'm gonna call this a luck roll. So just roll me a d20 and just tell me
Alright.
what. Yeah, and I just want to see the d20. Like this is straight up luck.
I
Okay.
got a 13. That's the luckiest number.
So as you lift up the bookshelf and are like, books, paperbacks, all they sort of fly everywhere. Another book just falls like flat on your face, like almost like a pamphlet, is on your face and sort of falls to the ground.
I'm gonna pick that up. That was
Okay.
God telling me I need to see this.
Yeah. All right.
Or gravity.
Or gravity.
No, it must be God.
It must be God.
Every action is guided by God of some sort, the floof God.
Okay. And I'm going to copy and paste something to you because it's in
Okay.
Celestial. I'll do it in
Like Google Translator.
I'll send you like what it says in English or Common in Zoom chat, and then you get to share as you wish. So we just tracked 29 in the keyboard soundtrack. God fucking shit.
Sorry, no, I'm just making oblique references. That's all.
Yeah, that's for you. And I'll also send it to you in Discord so you can keep it if you want. And I'm gonna ask, when you read this, do you read it to yourself? Do you read it out loud? Do you read it in Celestial? Do you read it out loud in Common? I need to know how you go about reading this.
Let me look at it first.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll look at it and he'll start speaking it out loud to Kyrie. It's like, look at this. I awaken in a sensation as much like drowning. My body, buoyant and pulsing in the low light, is tethered to the fallow earth. I reach out as if the sky were made of rungs, but the air resists me in all the ways possible without touch. My wings are damp with sweat. Sweat might be, I think moist could also be replaced with damp. This word in Celestial is kind of fluid. With sweat and sculpted in repose. But both are lies as if I've earned neither. Who is it that gives deception as gifts? ? I hate it here, this place that is somewhere in the middle. Where can I go if I am denied flight? How can I stay if I am denied presence? These questions fill the night air, crowding my wings and obscuring the light. But I know I am not the fog. But I also know that I am. There you go. I think I read it right. What do you think about it? I'm trying to work on my monologues for the local theater.
That was really good.
Thanks.
You delivered it well. Did you find that just like in here?
It fell on my face and like yeah.
Does that look like does it look like Darkheart's writing from the maps?
No.
Okay.
Is it transparent? I'm gonna put it in the sun just to see if there's any like hidden message to it.
At most, you see like I guess it's like almost like a watermark of like ravens on it.
Are ravens important? There's a watermark here.
I mean, I feel like they gotta be, right? Well, they were obviously there's a lot of stuff about wings and birds and
the Raven King. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
The Raven Queen.
The Raven Queen.
I don't know. Whatever it wants to be gendered. I haven't really researched this. I guess I'm looking back on other tales.
Am I familiar with the Raven Queen?
You know that Shell worship the Raven Queen.
Oh, right. Huh.
This
Well.
is not. You're kind of getting the feeling that it's not so much the Raven Queen. Like, sure, there's like some Raven motif on here, but the Raven Queen was well worshipped when the gods had power on this land. Like, this is different.
Yeah, this does not seem like something of a god with all the tethered to the fallow earth and all of that kind of stuff. Where can I go if I'm denied flight? I know I'm not the fog, but I know that I am. The fog feels important, right?
I feel like everything. I mean, buoyant. What does it mean to be
There's
buoyant?
There's a lot of. I feel like the whole thing is just about being like.
We need to find an intelligent person to read this. I know several people in my local theater troupe that might be able to look through it. Some of the homeless and people who come by and sleep on my bunk bed also are pretty good with riddles.
Not to meta too much, but I think we might have intelligence figured out. Wisdom might help us out, though.
A wise and intelligent person. It's a hard...
yeah. Kind of... I guess both of you could sort of, go ahead and just make me another insight on this, or a wisdom check. I'll let you do insight. Yeah. Oh, look at y'all.
Oh, fuck.
Y'all are doing excellent. Both of y'all clearly... Look at you, which, you're +5 at insight. You need to be inciting more things.
Yeah, right?
You have the wisdom, sir.
That's why I was kind of like, hey, I have a +4 to intelligence.
Yeah. From the way that I can describe how this is sort of, written and laid out on this pamphlet, for both of you, it just sort of seems like it comes from, if you were reading a religious text and this is a quote from a religious text, if this is John 3:16, but it's clearly not John 3:16, right? That's kind of what the way that it's structured and the way that it's written, it looks like it's a Bible. I'm quoting Bible because I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
Bible quote.
Scripture.
Yeah, scripture. It looks like scripture.
Text from some holy piece of work.
The only scripture I know is Austin 3:16.
Can I religion it to see if it's part of any text I might have?
Yes, you can religion it.
I religion it.
Okay.
Get out the wafers.
Alright, an 18. This is not anything from your... Because you guys are... Before everything... You're not in Faerun, but you had the gods of Faerun. This does not ring any bells with Faerun gods. So it's not of Faerun. It's not a text you know of Faerun. Or whatever this world is.
Okay. So this is scripture, but it's not scripture of this world.
Some eldritch thing from the stars, maybe.
I still think we gotta look through these caves. Before we do that, I am just gonna go peek around for some pornography.
I assist.
I think that's a good comedy beat to maybe
That's a really good comedy beat.
Go out on.
Yep. The next day, so you guys do this in your first day of investigating. So that is great. Malik, you are you spend the next 2 days, and like luckily, it says 2 days, and you have like the day, and you do the first one, and then you wait the next day and the next morning, like so you can get home before noon the next day, right? Because and that being said, your dad is going to like to stay behind with Gohani the Goliath to sort of make sure like everything is back in order and like getting defenses up again, because this is again like a line of defense, and making sure things aren't reached from the wilds and that sort of stuff. But is there anything you want to do in the city before, or this outpost, before you go back um, to home?
No.
Cool. Because you know that there's caves to explore. Out of character.
Because Malik's like, all right, this has been done. You're here. You've got this solved.
Huh.
I should probably go and make sure they haven't cut their own feet off.
Yeah. And on this beat, because I really have to pee and get some water, I'm gonna throw the splash page up for a break. And it's a little, like, it's 30 minutes earlier than I would normally take a break. But we're gonna do that now so that if you guys go into these tunnels, we don't have to break for the tunnels. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, everyone, as I'm gonna throw up splash. We're gonna go and break and do bio real quick. So everybody wave. Bye. Oh man, do that. Mike. All right, we're back, and John's green again.
I'll
I
try
would
my best to fix it again.
Yes, I would like to come back thanking Lich for the 22,092 biddies. I went ahead and gift those rerolls already. But yeah, so you're going to give a nat 20 to everyone on here? Awesome. I love it. There's 5 people technically. I'll give one to Rava as well. Appreciate your face. I will up that so everyone gets nat 20s. An extra one. So 1... One. All for fleas. Sure.
Yes.
And then that gives Kyrie 2 right now. Cool. Alright, so thank you all of that for Lich. I really do appreciate the monetary support here. We did our first 100 subs last month ever, so that was exciting. So keeping that as, like, if we keep that as a trend, I might actually be able to pay people. But let's continue. And even before Malik, you get back, kind of like the next morning, for Kyrie and, we'll just do it when you get back. Never mind, it's fine. There'll be something that you notice, because I spent a lot of time on them. Malik, you get back. And you go straight to the teleportation circle, like it's been fixed. Like, you and your dad had plenty of time to fix that.
Yeah.
And this city is on the ocean, so there is a level of humidity that happens. But there is, for you, a noticeable amount of more humidity than there was yesterday. Like, it's chilly, but you ever been when it's cold and humid in a place before?
I live in Georgia.
Exactly. Yes. You know exactly that feeling I'm talking about, where it's like, it's humid and uncomfortable, but it's also cold. I don't know if I should turn on the AC or the heater.
It's cold, and I step outside, and I'm wet, but
yes.
I'm still cold.
Yes, that's exact. And it's not because you got rained on or because someone was highly attracted. You're just damp. You're uncomfortably damp. That's the feeling that's sort of in the air. And like for the other two of you, that this was a gradual thing that had started since y'all essentially the day before when you left Darkheart's apartment.
Okay.
And there is not a fog, but a mist that seems to be clinging to everyone's ankles outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the type of humidity that we're talking about. So Malik, you're back.
I fixed my camera too.
You did.
No.
I'm magic. So yeah, immediately upon feeling it, just to the nearest whoever is nearby the teleportation circle. What's happened?
It's Lash. Lash is gonna stop and like, I don't know, fall's coming early?
No, not this sudden. It's not this humid, this sudden for no reason.
Hey, you're the wizard, not me, so I'll believe you.
I'm going to go find Kyrie and Fleece and see what they did.
Kyrie and Fleece, where are y'all? Are you having breakfast with the Drow family? Yes. Like Rava looks.
Club?
No, not at the strip club. In like the more private quarters, like the more like the more like the council guest area. Kyrie, Rava looks just very annoyed that you're there. Because she's been trying to like bond with her family. Aquinas actually looks less annoyed than he did when he like arrived here. Like there's that he was always like a very, very like tenseness kind of thing to him, but there just seems to be a little bit of like relaxation in his muscles since he's arrived, and it's probably just due from like traveling in the Underdark for so long with a crying infant. Like, it's dangerous to be
That seems
loud in the
stressful.
Underdark.
Question.
Yes.
This is a very pertinent question. Is the baby drow named Murgo?
Margot?
Murgo.
No.
Mergo. Okay,
No.
good. We don't have to deal with Murgo's wetness then.
Okay, it's not. The baby doesn't have a name yet. Like, they haven't named her yet. It hasn't come to Castle what to name this child yet. She expects it to be like in a vision or whatever, and she hasn't had it.
Cool, that's fine.
Yeah, so it's just the infant or the baby, sort of thing. And if you're gonna ask where Kyrie and Fleece is, Lash will be like, yeah, they're having breakfast with Rava and her family.
Yeah. He's walking as his hair begins to frizz out because he has very thick and curly hair
Yeah.
that is currently pulled into locks, so it just starts getting frizzier.
Just, yeah, everyone's hair cannot be smoothed out. Like, it's impossible for hair to be smooth. Everyone has frizzy hair right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
His hair isn't smooth in the first place, but it's just expanding and increasing.
It's expanding into frizz. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly
he
what's
pulls like
happening.
orphans out of his hair.
Yeah, so you find them in this little breakfast chamber in the counts, and you find them. They're
Fleece waves and with sausage in his mouth is like.
Castle is very engaged with conversation with Kyrie. She seems to enjoy conversation with Kyrie.
Cool.
I see that. I sigh heavily. I turn and walk back out.
Oh, wasn't that your
Malik!
wizard?
Yes, Malik, come in. Come on. Have some
I come back in.
food.
I'm not particularly hungry. Have you noticed the sudden change in weather?
A little bit, yeah. I've been trying to keep the little flyaways at bay, and I just kind of wink at Castle. And I'm fine. We found some cool stuff I want to show you when we get a second. But for right now, I'm just kind of enjoying breakfast, enjoying the company.
I don't suppose that cool stuff directly relates to the fact of the sudden weather change.
I don't think so.
I guess there was something about fog, but nothing about mist.
Oh yeah.
Mist is just less dense fog. But yeah.
Which Malik will say, mist is just less dense fog.
Okay, well, we can go over that.
Yeah, we found a parchment, and I read it aloud, and it talked about obscuring mist wings and moist dampness.
Yes,
Like
there was a
this?
lot about dampness. Yeah, a little bit like this.
Did it have sort of a rhythm of like a prophecy to it?
It felt very scripture-y. Yeah.
Yeah, it did feel like it's on par with some breakfast menus that I've seen.
Also, it was in
Celestial.
Was it in? Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. Okay, yeah, it was in Celestial.
Yeah.
So we'll walk over towards Fleece. Do you still have it?
I gave it to Kyrie.
Kyrie, still have it?
Harry checks her pockets. This really, I feel like this is the kind of thing that could wait until after breakfast. But Kyrie finds it and hands it over to Malik.
You can continue eating your breakfast. I don't speak Celestial specifically, but I do have comprehend language, which I will take a few minutes to cast.
Yeah, no, you can read it and the rhythm to it. Like, you can comprehend what's written there. I put it in Discord for everyone to see.
Does it feel to me like a prophecy, or like a setting up of something?
You know what? Roll an Arcana check.
This is when I roll a 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, 24. That's fine.
Maybe you know that sometimes scripture can be used as verbal components.
Malik just like both hands to his temples, elbows on table. Fleece, did you read this out loud?
I monologued it, so it was less of a reading and more of a interpretation of said
Forehead
scripture.
to the table.
Do you want
All right,
maple
Lilith,
sausages?
you're muted.
Yeah.
Or no.
It did have a lovely cadence too. It was beautiful.
And I'm
We could
greedy.
do it again if you'd like.
Yeah.
No.
I know you missed it.
No.
Quite pleasant.
Can I? So right now we've got. Yeah, let me pull it up. So right now we've got dampness, sweaty mist, fog.
Mm-hmm.
Was the sun was the daylight particularly obscured? If I look outside,
No, the daylight's not particularly obscured. You guys, this area is very Pacific Western-y, so there's usually always cloud cover.
Mhm.
But it's not more obscure than normal.
So
Mhm.
Malik just starts like checking reality against this bit of scripture to see what things match up now and what
Mhm.
things don't yet.
I forget. Was there anything about crepes in there?
There's nothing about crepes in there.
Okay. Well,
But you're eating crepes right now. That's
can't be that
clearly-
accurate.
That's crepes with raspberries and mascarpone, because that's specifically what Castle requested.
It's
her favorite.
These delicious
That's her
Castle.
favorite. To the dismay of some of the chefs, just because getting fresh raspberries is hard, and getting wheat is hard here. But at least with crepes, it's not as much wheat because they're very thin pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
Just say you like. I'm sorry, we're gonna go into my freaking. I love that movie so much, like so much. Anyway, but yeah.
Where'd you find this?
In Darkheart's room.
All right. When you get done eating,
Mm-hmm.
might be worth checking it again to see if you set something off.
Unlike.
I set a lot of things off. I gotta say.
Oh, okay.
They found her porn.
Yeah.
That's Aquinas, just him. They found her porn.
It's good stuff.
That is absolutely not what I'm talking about. Although I
Ah.
wouldn't put it behind some people
Do
to
you
magically
also
trap
want
their porn.
a dramatic reading of.
No.
Maybe there's a spell in there.
There are wizards that hide their spells in porn. This is true. However,
Darkheart's not a wizard.
Darkheart's not a wizard.
Neither am I. So whatever.
Not a wizard.
Prestidigitate just right there. See, wizard is a it's a social construct.
It's like chef, right? Like,
What's a wizard?
yeah.
If I was more petty, if Malik was more petty, would just cast animate objects and make all of your food dishes leave. But he's not.
No, I would hunt them down.
But he's not that petty. I
Mhm.
am. He's not.
Well, it's a good thing.
But yeah, I will go. I will go to Darkheart's room to see what they did.
Well, everything, because Fleece was very, very good about picking up after himself. He did say that he was going to do that.
Yeah, he has his apron, everything.
Yeah,
He got it
he
cool.
picked up after themselves very well. You will notice that there is an obvious map missing from the wall. Because there's the lines of the little dust or whatever that something would leave, and everything, there's a missing book or two from the bookshelf, but everything is fine
I'm gonna sort of sit down in the room and cast detect magic
in
and
the
see
room.
if I can. Yeah, in the room. and see if I can spot any remnants of a set off magical trap. Set off magical trap or something. As
Okay.
my throat just decided to stop
Yeah.
letting me talk.
At most, you definitely feel like that there was a conjuring here in the past 24 hours.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oops.
they did do something.
Yeah, they did definitely set off a conjuring type spell.
Okay. Well, does this scripture mean anything to me? Like, can I place where it's from,
No.
if at all? No. Oh.
We'll just say out of character that maybe Fleece, you mentioned that it's scripture from like not this deity system that existed.
Yeah.
Which for you, Malik, like the deities have never been like present in your life.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely not from here.
Not from something I would have ever been able to read.
Yeah, correct.
Prestidigitate my hair.
Just constantly doing this to your
Get the
hair.
yeah,
To
basically
smooth
just
it out, yeah.
Trying to keep it under control.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the room. Go back to where everyone's eating, assuming they're still eating.
They're down to their breakfast wine at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So when you read this, I say, holding up the piece of paper, you triggered a spell.
Oh no.
All I know is it's some form of conjuration. I can't tell exactly what it did, but it's definitely the reason why the weather is suddenly different.
Well, the plants have needed it, so you know,
I'm sure
can't
the
be all
plants will-
bad.
I'm sure the plants will appreciate whatever happens next too.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen?
Hopefully
next?
they do.
I don't know what will happen next because I didn't see the spell go off.
Mm. I mean, I guess all we can do is wait, or maybe someone more knowledgeable can guide us.
Or I can go look around town and see if there's anything specifically magical going on.
That sounds like a good idea. We did also find a map with something and some stuff about waystones that we were going to look into about where Darkheart and Thora might be.
That could very well be relevant, yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad I brought it up then. That was what we were going to do once you got back, is like look for all of that shit.
That's probably related to the spell that was cast.
Cool, then let's look. Sounds like we've got our day ahead of us. It has been a lovely breakfast. Kazel, as always.
Yes.
A pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. I can't wait to have breakfast with you again.
Love to.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
I love your friends, Rava. And Rava's like, thanks. And then Castle is going to ask Rava to stay behind because she has
Mhm.
something she wants to talk to. And Rava looks a little uncomfortable at first. Like, I need to go with my friends and take care of something, but also at the same time, like, my mom wants to talk to me. Like, that I've never met,
Mhm.
only seen for like 2 days and since I was 6. Okay, Rava's
Mhm.
going to stay behind as you guys investigate.
Okay. Miss you, Rava. Miss you more, Kazel.
Like, Rava looks more uncomfortable. Aquinas doesn't. I think Aquinas is definitely approving of this because it means less younger siblings. Like, for him.
Oh,
So-
poor Aquinas doesn't know how magic works.
Fate stay night. So let's actually, I don't know. Maybe Kyrie can actually like naturally make children with Castle. I actually don't know because I've never asked.
That's
But
right.
it's not my business.
That's what
Like-
the alter self spell is for,
Oh
regardless.
God! Oh my God! That's John. Take okay. I went there. So anyway, so you guys are going to investigate, and you're gonna lose your map. Are you gonna use your maps to look
Yeah.
for stuff? Okay. Very cool. So I'm going to make these survival checks because it's very specifically
Ooh.
like using like a map versus the layout of the land and
Uh-huh.
the changes in the layout of the land, plus trying to translate
Mhm.
I will assist whoever wants to make that roll.
do the survival rolls. Okay, cool.
I feel like we got one wise boy, and
Mhm.
it's
I'm not like I could do it. I'm not wise. I'm just
You are being assisted, so you have advantage on your
Okay.
survival
Here we
with
go.
these with these maps.
oh, so we all just have jack shit. Okay,
You're welcome.
So like, Fleece, I imagine you just sort of like roll out the maps on the ground. They get a little damp because the concrete's kind of sweating.
The +5 insight is from proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And you can't quite make that out. If the other two of you want to maybe do a nature check, because it looks like Fleece is having issues.
That I'm better at.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I think we'll both just go for our
Natures. Cool.
fuck.
Damn. 17.
Okay.
Okay. So you're looking around and you're looking at this fog. And there seems to be, you kind of catch on a little your ground level, and you get the inkling maybe you should climb up a little higher or go to like a higher level to see maybe this fog is coming from somewhere, sort of thing. So you, whether you climb or levitate or however you like to get above the buildings, you notice that where y'all are at is a little bit more towards the outskirts of the city, or excuse me, or is in the middle of the town, and the fog definitely seems to be thicker towards like the west end of these, where most of the ruins are a little bit more accumulated, like the actual ruins, like an old Acropolis type thing seems to have been built, and that seems to be like where it looks like it's the thickest, where it goes from mist to fog.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem? Sorry, I interpreting that. Does that seem like the place we should go then?
Yes, it's like kind of like think of like where like there's a like think of like a smoke machine or a fog machine, and how it's thick at where it's ventilating and it spreads out. You're like at the spreading out part, and you can see where the almost what might actually be the source of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then, it looks like the fog is actually coming from there. Let's say pointing towards the location.
Well then, let's go there.
Right.
Yes.
It's not hard to navigate the city too if you live here a good portion of your lives, so you know how to get to the ruins despite the impaired vision. Your vision being a little slightly impaired with like the mist and the fog getting thicker, but you get to these old columns and crumbled buildings that no one has built on or around. And this I will have y'all do investigation checks.
That I'm better at.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh no! It's okay. So Kyrie, you are on cloud 9 right now because you are getting good vibes from Castle.
Mhm,
Like genuine good
yeah.
vibes from Castle. Like
Kyrie's off her game though, as far as like
so and Fleece is just
The
what
the
Fleece
the
is.
floof is getting thicker.
Yeah, it's like I can't see it
It's just
covering
like-
my eyes.
It's just
Kyrie's
like,
just kind of like looking off into space. It's just like, Fleece, what kind of wine do you think Kazel would like?
I don't, what?
Like if I was to buy her a bottle,
She likes
maybe some
Merlot.
flowers.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm always a fan of Lily's. There's this particular wine shop where they instill like these lovely
And then a rock falls over this way.
Hold on.
Yeah, you definitely. We're gonna say that's exactly what kind of happens. Is that you see some of this on the behind a pile of rubble is sort of like where you're seeing what this is sort of stemming from. And as you sort of like move the rubble to the side with magic or however you do it, you see what looks like to be there's a big rock blocking a staircase that goes down. Mm-hmm. You just gotta move this big rock, and there's just this fog just like seeping out
how
of
big of a rock is it?
Like it's Boldy from Hades size big.
So huge.
Huge.
Or...
It's huge.
Okay.
Well, it's big enough to cover 10 by 10. We'll say that. Yeah.
So
large. It's large.
Large. Okay, so large.
It's not quite a boulder the size of a small boulder.
Yeah.
It's maybe bigger than that.
It's a small boulder the size of a large boulder.
It's slightly larger than a medium boulder. It's like just this much bigger than a medium. Yeah.
So I look over at Fleece, who is stepped away from the camera and thus cannot answer this question.
He has to go deal with his small child.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Yeah.
I look over at Kyrie and go, think you can move that?
I am muscle. Yeah, let's do it.
I don't. I hold up my noodle arms.
Let's see. Do I have... Hold on. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. I cast grease under the boulder. And then I push it.
Okay, this will definitely lower the DC, and it will give you advantage on it as well. Or it won't give you advantage unless I would prefer if someone helps you for the advantage, but it does lower the DC.
I'll help.
Okay, so
I
now
really
you have advantage.
I really want to know what it looks like when Kyrie casts grease.
Yeah, Kyrie, please describe to us how you cast grease, as how you grease up this boulder.
Kyrie just pulls out a suspicious looking little kind of bottle and just kind of she just kind of sticks her finger in it in a very there's some words you could use to describe it, and then she just kind of
experienced.
yeah. Experienced. Like maybe she's accessing a skill set that is not on display right now.
She casts grease a lot.
Yeah. Usually on smaller objects. Mm-hmm. But and then she just kind of casts a big patch of grease all over this boulder.
This boulder is now covered in oil. Or baking, or you know what? It's covered in butter now. And that will definitely help with. So go ahead and
I'll stick a quarterstaff underneath it and push down.
If you have the athletics, if you have proficiency in athletics, I will let you do that. Otherwise, it's just strength.
Okay, it's gonna be. Oh. What? Okay.
Well, okay. This is how it narratively. This is how it narratively goes. I imagine you have the two wizards trying to move this greasy boulder. Things are slipping. You can't do it, and then I don't know, from the sky, Fleece just drops down. Imagine there's this little anime shine as before he just drops down and cracks the boulder in half, and it just opens up to reveal the stairway, and yes, fog just seeping out of it.
Good job, everybody. I
Probably less.
prestidigitate the grease off of my stick.
Oh my.
Okay.
Let's go down.
Yeah. What is your Yeah, we will say that as you go down, the stairwell is about 15 feet, so all three of you could go wide, go down at the same time. Does seemingly, when you get to the bottom, how many of you have dark? I know 2 of you have dark vision for sure. Does Fleece have dark vision? No. Someone's gonna have to light a torch for Fleece, or Fleece, you can light your own torch if that's what you like.
Guy, can someone light a torch? I got my hands full with my shield and my shepherd's nook.
You got a torch?
I don't have a torch, no.
You should all have torches. That's just like basic adventuring shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Not in my pack.
Okay.
I'm a sage. We don't have torches. What are you talking about?
How are you supposed to read your books?
With candles.
Okay. If no one has a torch, if y'all have collectively decided you don't have a torch, that's fine.
I think like Kyrie's been at it for a long time. I don't think Kyrie has felt the need for torches for the most part. Kyrie doesn't carry a torch on her. That's
hand them one of my torches.
That's cargo space that could be taken up with more
Hold
holy
this.
butter.
Hold this torch.
Okay,
me.
fine. I'll hold the torch. Jeez.
All right.
Hey.
I will light the torch.
Okay. So as y'all descend down these stairs into the dungeon, you are greeted with a dead end. It is a sandstone wall, and there is a door in the middle of it, a large door in the middle of it that seems suspiciously fleshy.
This door seems suspiciously fleshy.
What does that mean? Like
it's probably not a door and is instead someone's like gaping anus or something? I don't know.
It's okay. If stone was flesh, it's kind of leathery almost, but at the same time stone. It's like this weird mismatch of things.
I'll poke it.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might happen. Kyrie takes a healthy step back.
You poke it, and from from the top corner and the bottom corner, 2 eyes open, like glowing orange eyes, and they just kind of dart around.
Hello. How are you?
It doesn't say anything.
It's a pair of eyes. I don't think they have a mouth.
So then do we need to look somewhere else for the mouth?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about the eyes, though, really.
Yeah, because they know whatever it is knows we're here.
Also, eyes... Historically, eyes not in the right place means bad things.
Well, okay.
Wave
That's
at it.
judgmental.
Just think... Oh, yeah, you weren't here for the goose mender.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about it.
Or
Okay.
the gander.
The gander. Yeah.
Eyes in the beaks.
Well, this is a door, so, we don't need to jump to conclusions. Should we, I don't know. Should one of us try to open the door? Maybe a push?
Yeah, sure. I will knock.
You go to touch it, and you can't. You were able to touch it with your stick, but you can't touch it with your hands.
What's preventing me? Is it like a...
It's like a little force field.
Oh. Hey, guys, look at this.
Maybe try knocking with the stick.
Okay.
You're able to touch it with the stick, and every time you do it just goes...
Okay, it doesn't seem to like that. Does not seem to like that.
Well, hold on. That was more of a neutral... Let me... Hold on. Let me hear it again.
Nope.
It's not like attacking you, but
I don't know that
it doesn't sound happy.
But it's not happy.
Oh, okay. It felt more neutral grunts from me, like nor pleasurable nor dissatisfied. Kind of like what happens next.
That's
you're right there, Fleece. Because you're right there. Go ahead and roll me perception on your end. And you have a torch. Like Kyrie's looking
I
over with a
can't-
torch.
If
So
I can't touch it, I can't identify it. So.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I can re-roll.
yes, you can.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay, I believe in you, please.
I don't. There we
Okay.
go.
You know what? That's better. It wasn't like a high DC, but 10 was still low. Oh yeah, you changed it yourself. Thank you. So you kind of like you touch it and then you look down and you see sort of like on the ground in front of it, like almost circular, kind of similar to like an end of a stick. There is like some wear and tear, like very very discreet or subtle because it's still a stone ground. Well, it would technically, yeah, it's still stone ground. Like wear and tear, like right in front of it. Like something would hit the ground right there. Do you do it? One,
Yeah.
two. On the third time you hit with your stick in the first spot, it disappears. The door.
Oh.
Are the eyes still there?
No, like it's gone.
Is it just a wall now, or?
Yeah, it's just like there's the doorway. Like there's
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a hole there.
There's
Okay.
a hole now.
Yeah.
Yes.
This magic, dear God. Okay, let's do this. I solved the puzzle.
Now
Yeah.
I'm concerned about where those eyes went.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right there with you, Malik. But
feel
I
like
do feel like we need to
Somebody's
go
watching
ahead.
here? Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Let's let Fleece lead.
All right, Fleece.
Not arguing.
You are Fleece is going first. Like Kyrie, you second, so that you have like the torch like
Uh-huh.
behind him, so that he has a 30-foot view. You continue through. It's not a stairwell anymore. It's like you're underground and it's straight now, and you come to a fairly large cavern. You're pretty deep. You're pretty deep down. You're not underdark deep, but you're deep enough to where that there's at least like 25 feet ceiling to this cavern. It is, we will say, probably about 80 feet. This first room is about 80 feet diagonally. There is an exit to the north from where you're standing, one straight across you to the west end, and one sort of like toward, like in the south. Like if you turn the corner, like there's another tunnel that goes that way.
Let's take a look at that map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing we brought a torch.
All right. So you look at the map, and you know what? I can just. I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna send a map to you.
Hey.
Yeah, because
Ooh.
why not? And you know, it's actually super easy because I will just do this. The players can't see it, but this is mostly for y'all. Your reference. If you look at Roll20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Damn.
holy cannoli.
Mm-hmm.
There exists a map.
It is a map. Yeah, and you're looking at this map. There are some things marked of note in the south area that y'all are going in, which is here, which would be room 2, and there is something else of note in room 3. Like there's like little X's there. I'll put it to you. Or
Here.
and they're circled. Like there's X's all over, but these are circled. Her notes are very hard to read. Mhm.
Well, I say let's go with the rule of left.
Well, we can always check one out before we go any direction. I say, indicating to my shoulder where there is an owl sitting there.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
I will send Ibis towards room 3.
All right. You're going all all the way to room 3. So Ibis flies through the caverns very silently because owls fly by, that kind of stuff. And you're going through Ibis's eyes?
As far as I can, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You go through Ibis's eyes, and as you go into that direction, you definitely see you see a very what looks like to be a rock, but it's shaped like a crystal.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. If like a crystal had been turned to stone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it mean anything to me visually?
I don't know if a rock that has been turned to crystal means anything visually for you. Or a crystal turned to rock means anything visually for you.
I'm thinking my wizard might have more knowledge than the player does, but apparently not.
Yeah.
All right, then I will relay that information to the other two because I can still talk. I just can't hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will have Ibis U-turn out of there,
Fly.
and I'll send towards 2.
All right, and in 2, there is an extravagant cave painting down here, murals, and there's a tree in it. I want everyone to be in the room before I describe everything.
And there's a mural in that room. I feel like that's probably going to give us more information about the stone.
Mm-hmm.
I say as Ibis flies back to me and lands on my shoulder.
That sounds very compelling to me. Painting, tree, that's a lot of information to glean.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's go that way first.
Okay.
Let's do it.
See, a lot of you, and I had Rob on here first. This was actually, just I don't do dungeon maps, but like I like to have a visual reference when I do. So a lot of you go down to this south room right here into 2, and Kyrie, you hold up the torch so that Fleece can see, and this mural takes up the majority of this cavern. Like it is like the ceiling has been smoothed out so that it kind of forms a sort of dome, and you see what kind of like at the top of the dome, like Sistine Chapel, like you see the leaves of this tree, and its trunk sort of goes down, like you would see in like typical Yggdrasil type art, where the roots minus Niegmar, which is the world serpent. There's no world serpent, but it sort of trickles down the roots instead of. And on each root, there seems to sort of be like, it's wrapped around a planet or a globe of some sorts, and there's just, and that just covers the circumference of the wall, and you get the scope and the scale of it is like clearly like it can't be everything that the tree holds, but it's trying to scope as many as possible, if not all worlds. And then if you kind of shine and look down on the ground, like the floor is also been muralized, and you see what I can only describe as large, not even large. Like if we're gonna give it a D&D term, colossal figures, like to the scale. Yeah. Colossal figures. They're not humanoid in any shape of the manner. That almost seems to be laying waste to the land. And then like sort of if you go and sort of follow like, but there's also like what looks like to be after that mural is done, like the next one on the floor, it looks like rejuvenation, like things growing back. This is a religion check if you would like to make one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It has something to do with religion.
19 for Lilith. Nice. 29
Fuck.
and did you do 6? Was 6 your roll, Fleece, or are you gonna do another religion check?
that 6 was my roll.
6 was my roll. So Lilith, you're smart enough. Lilith, Kyrie, you're smart enough to put the
Yeah, let's
pieces
hope Lilith
together.
isn't here.
Yeah, oh man, that would suck. Just from like the information that you were,
isekai.
yeah, the information that you were kind of been gathering for these past couple of days, and of course, Malik, what you're seeing looks like a depiction of Ragnarok.
Ooh.
We really just can't get away from this apocalypse shit, huh?
No, not really.
No. Kind of seems to be maybe a
It's sort of a. It's going
just
to
what's
happen
going
one
on.
way or another.
Yep.
Kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. This one seems to, kind of it seems good at the end. Well, with all the refresh and everything.
That's
Y'all
probably.
can, insight that.
I'm bad at insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 19.
There you go.
Bonk.
Yeah, no, as Kyrie's kind of saying this, and you're looking at this mural and interpreting it, you do get the feeling that despite what you might have heard of Ragnarok being a complete end, it's and a destruction, it's got more of a forest fire thing to it, right? Like forest fires exist for a reason to cleanse what is dead and what is bad, and that's like the feeling that you're kind of getting from this mural.
The world ends so that a new world can begin, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kind
Which
of
is-
like how I had to burn my old apartment down to.
What? That doesn't. Huh?
Yes, exactly like that.
There was some gross stuff in there. Okay, I needed to start over
At a
and
certain,
maybe get some insurance money.
at a certain point, there's nothing you can do to save it, really.
Yeah.
As
Just
opposed to what Drury wants to do,
stink.
which would be like if you had just sort of locked the door and left it there forever.
Right. Yeah. And that's just leaving a nasty little funky bomb for someone to come across someday. Yeah.
I think we've lost the point. Anyways,
We may have.
Yeah. So Ragnarok.
This is a depiction of Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to all of the worlds in
You alright? Need some tea?
No, I'm fine.
Mhm.
It comes to all of the worlds in Yggdrasil's roots.
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil's roots.
You could say the world tree if it makes it easier.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I've got gunk in my lungs, and it's just making talking hard.
I can't say the
Alright.
world serpent's name, so it's fine. Like
Jormungandr.
Jormungandr.
Who put it here and like why?
Oh,
It's
I would,
old. Like these are
I-
old.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would presume the inhabitants of the city that was burnt down and turned to ruins by Beatrix,
Mm-hmm.
because it's those ruins that the
Yeah.
rest of this town was built on.
Right. But that's Darkheart wanted the city to be built here
Yes,
for like a reason. It seems. like.
presumably the stone in the other room.
Okay. Well.
Is there any sort of depiction of a stone that looks like that on this mural?
There are underneath. You know what? Go ahead and roll me a quick investigation. Just do me a quick investigation.
Yeah.
Also, are there depictions of us?
16.
16. There are no
Wow.
depictions of you.
Damn it.
Yeah, 16, you're kind of looking, and you see sort of under each world, there are, or sort of like part of the painting, there are like a certain number of pink dots painted around each globe, almost like a halo.
Can I tell what they're in reference to?
That's probably what they're referenced to
Okay,
use
it's
to
like
waystones. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll indicate those.
Mm-hmm.
These are likely a number of waystones, which means that and if there's a waystone in the ruins here, then The odd stone that I saw previously is probably it, or at least
Mhm.
related to it. So we should probably head there next.
There are 20
Let's
on
do
your
it.
world.
There are 20 around, so count them. Pull out a
Well,
book.
we only
mark
need
that
one,
down.
right?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have no idea if we only need one or not.
The more the merrier.
Sure.
Well, let's go take a look at this one. See what we can find out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we still haven't found the source of this fog, so
Or the eyes.
or where the eyes went.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Maybe out for brunch or something.
Kind of forgot about that.
Yep. Don't forget about it.
Right. As you all sort of trek through here to go, because it wasn't like a big deal because you're essentially going to the next room over, but this is a little bit further, so I'm definitely going to have a lot of you, as you're just passing through everything, to get to the other room, is just to make me some perception checks.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. 13, 18, 9. Okay.
Not very perceptive.
Okay, so with this perception check, Fleece, as you are walking, you do notice, because when you walk, the fog does move to a certain extent. If you ever kind of look at the ground at any point, you will notice that, have you ever seen how, like, the tracks of a sidewinder in the sand?
Mhm.
That's what looks like is going on the ground.
Is it following us or?
No, it just seems to be moving around the caverns.
Like, hey, little guy.
Well, you don't see the sidewinder, you just see the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can.
You all see Fleece like duck and be like, "Hey, little guy!" Like he's looking for something.
Fleece, why are you talking to nothing again?
There was a sidewinder here. Like, you see the tracks? Look. There
No.
might be a little sidewinder around here.
After he points them out, you can see them. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, let's leave it to its business.
You can make a nature check if you look at it closer.
I will look at it closer.
Mhm.
Closest.
15.
Yeah, they. At first glance, they do look like sidewinder tracks, but then you also notice like the little tiny claws that sort of give it traction, like little footprints. So it's like a little snake with legs. It's not little; it's probably like anaconda size. Like...
So this is not a sidewinder, and I don't want to walk into it.
I'm gonna pee one more time while you guys talk it out.
And I'll just sort of.
I'm not gonna put the splash up this time, but I'm gonna go pee.
I'm just gonna sort of kneel down and indicate where there are there's slither marks, but there's also like claw marks
Mm-hmm.
along the body of whatever is making the slither marks. It's not just it's like a snake with a lot of feet.
So it could be hunting us?
It could potentially be hunting us if it knew we were here.
You haven't really been quiet.
No.
Which means it could be hunting us, yes. Or it could not. It could also not care about us, but that's less likely. Either way, it'd be good to not run into it if possible.
Yeah, definitely. If possible. If it's possible. It's probably not possible, but we should try if it's possible.
Yeah, let's get to the stone and hopefully not run across those eyes or that. Or God forbid if those eyes belong to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because that's also a possibility. We haven't seen any more fleshy walls, have we?
I don't think so.
Nothing I've seen.
Good. Good. When walls become flesh, then they start bleeding, and then they start crying, and then demons come out, and you die. Which is typically bad.
Yeah, in most circumstances.
Mm-hmm. All right, I am back. So, what did y'all discuss?
That we would like to not run into this thing if possible.
Cool.
Mhm.
Unless it's nice.
Yeah. All right. It could be nice. You don't know. Um, so the lot of you are you continuing down the? We'll say you found it map wise. You sort of found it out right here in like 8 and 7.
Oh,
That's
gotta
where you
go through
noticed it. That's where you first noticed it. Yeah.
Gotta go through 7 to get to 3.
Yeah. You get up to 7 cautiously.
Mm-hmm.
Does it seem that there's anything particularly at, like, everything's kind of off? Fleece. Something is very tingly to you. Something
Ingly?
tingly. There's like almost like a divine tingle that only you notice as you sort of exit 7 and go into 3, where this rock formation is that looks like it's like a crystal jutting out the ground but covered in stone, like a petrified version of a crystal.
Reach out, see if I can find the source of this godlike tingle.
Uh-huh. Are you gonna do anything specific to do that?
Is it like a hotter, colder type thing? If I take a step forward, does the tingle get more?
I was wondering if
tingly?
you were gonna divine sense first.
That's I would
Yeah.
probably divine sense.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything mechanically to find it?
Yeah. So you open up like your divine senses to sense what's around you. There is a distinct sensation of something celestial. Like there is like a celestial presence. It's as thick as it is as dense as the fog and as hard to pinpoint. But as you sort of like expand your divine sense and feel this, you are compelled. You can make a save if you choose, but there's a compulsion in the back of your brain. It's like, I need to read that pamphlet again.
Yes. Done.
and very particularly in Celestial, you feel like you need to say this pamphlet again.
Like, Kyrie, hand me the pamphlet.
Hold on. That seems not... Malik, should I hand Fleece the pamphlet?
Please, why do you want the pamphlet?
Because I sense something celestial, and it needs me to read this pamphlet again.
Cool. Reminder, technically, the dragon that's causing an apocalypse up north would also read as celestial.
Nah, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, would she not?
No, she
I
wouldn't.
thought because she was
yeah.
she was like a handmaiden of Bahamut. She would.
Yeah, but she doesn't read a Celestial, but she's
Okay, never mind
a
then.
dragon. Yeah.
Because Bahamut would read as celestial. But...
Hand it to me, please, Kyrie.
Malik, I'm deferring to your judgment here.
Malik, please. I wanna do good.
The last time you read it out loud, fog started enveloping the town.
It's just fog. It might be the precipice of something wonderful and beautiful. I feel a divine presence here. We need to finish it.
What kind of divine presence?
A divine one.
Could you elaborate?
No.
Could you give me like 10 minutes to check things out first?
I kind of... Oh, divine being!
Just continuing. It's like, read.
I gotta read it.
Read
Malik,
Just-
trust
just-
me.
Give me like 10 if it won't hurt if you don't read it for 10 minutes.
But it's very
got-
annoying.
3 minutes.
It takes 10 minutes to cast this spell.
What spell is it?
Detect magic.
I mean, you could also do it not as a ritual, and it would only take,
I don't have it
15
prepared
seconds.
not as a
Okay.
ritual. I do have my instant ritual ability, but I'm not using that right now
Okay.
because I want to make it wait 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, but only if you have to suffer through the same thing I am.
Mhm.
Feel free. And I will begin casting Detect Magic as a
And I'm just
ritual.
gonna lean into his ear. Do it. Do it.
And I just shut it out.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Um.
Hey, do it.
There is, you do detect magic. There is definitely the distinct feeling of lair magic. The lair magic itself doesn't 100% read a celestial. You do feel the celestial stuff that's going on. But at the same time, there is a connection to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I need you to give me 10 more minutes. And
Oh,
I begin
God.
I begin casting Identify on the stone.
Oh my god.
It's a waste of.
No, like I'm trying
So,
here, but this
okay,
you're not making
so-
it easy.
We are currently in the middle of some creature's lair.
Uh-huh.
This creature is magically empowered,
Mm-hmm.
likely connected to the fog.
Yep.
It is not itself celestial,
Mm-hmm.
though it is connected to some sort of celestial power.
Mm-hmm.
If something is mimicking an angel or some sort of celestial to convince you to read this thing because it feels celestial to you,
Well,
That
hold
might
on.
be bad.
I
That
have
does
never
sound
been
bad.
tricked.
you have been tricked
Please?
at least 4 times since I've known you.
When?
Beatrix, Kyrie, Beatrix.
All those people are wonderful people. I've had the best of times with them.
Here, please, and Kyrie just pulls out like a ball while we're waiting. You just go fetch this ball, and then Kyrie throws it, but then palms it in her hand.
Ah, that is not something satyrs do, okay?
It's just something to pass the time.
I don't want to pass the time. I want to do celestial things.
Well, we got it. I think I'm hearing Malik out here, and I really feel like we gotta just hold on for a second.
Just a
10
few
more minutes. That's it.
10 more minutes.
And I'm
Okay.
ramping it up because it's really getting annoying.
I will ritual cast Identify on the stone.
It's a petrified waystone.
Okay, so it can I tell if the petrification is something that was done to it or if it's a natural aspect of the waystone? Like if the waystone will petrify itself when it's inactive, or if something came along and stared at it for a few minutes with big eyes that maybe pop out of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and turned it.
Why?
There
petrified.
is, it's not something that it does to itself.
Okay.
It looks like it's there to, particularly, it's kind of the way that it's encased is how chocolate encases ice cream.
Okay.
Mm.
You have me so far.
You want us
We
to
can
put
lick
our
it
mouth
off.
on it?
Yeah.
What is this?
And
So
the petrification itself seems a little, I would say it was definitely put there by something to block whatever can come from this stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after shutting out Fleece's chanting, okay. So we definitely don't want to read that paper right now.
Okay.
Wait, why not?
This waystone's been petrified by something.
Mhm.
Presumably, the something that's using this place as its lair.
Mm-hmm.
Malik is just making assumptions. I don't know if it's accurate or not,
We
but
can
Malik
have-
is making assumptions.
We can have our wise boy insight.
Yeah, I'll roll insight.
Yeah. And also anyone can insight as like you're explaining to this. So
Yeah.
mage,
Can I-
what are we mage changing?
Oh no, that was a misclick.
Uh-huh.
misclick.
Mage
Yeah.
hand and
here's
all.
here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what
Mhm.
Kyrie is gonna do. Kyrie is really Kyrie's kind of figuring out kind of in the mental chess of like the way that this conversation is going that Malik really seems to have the right idea. And so Kyrie is going to back up whatever Malik is
Gotcha.
going for
Mhm.
with so that is just kind of Kyrie's Malik's conversational cheerleader right now.
Thank God, because I've only got an 8 charisma.
Great. So
So yeah, 18
18
on the insight.
insight, and can I get an insight from Fleece as well? For sure. Since Kyrie is already just like, I trust Malik. Like,
Mhm.
uh-huh.
Ooh.
Okay, 17. These are both very good. So as you're sort of saying this out loud to yourself, Malik, like you're like the sort of around y'all, you see this weird. The fog changes slightly. It thickens and it becomes a little bit. It's almost solidifying. And insightfully, it's almost like it's talking to you. Like maybe that's not right what you're saying. And Fleece, you definitely distinctly feel like, nah, that's not right. I have a good feeling about this. This is not right. I have a really good feeling about this. Yeah.
So first of all, I sort of like look at the fog. Okay, now the fog is trying to communicate, and that's freaking me out more.
It's almost, the fog is almost forming, like it's sort of curving a mound and almost like a serpent like
The fog-
thing. Yeah.
Mm.
And Fleece, you start hearing the words in Celestial in your head. So if you just want to repeat after it, you're welcome to.
Oh boy, am I going to.
You just start saying it out
I
loud.
awaken, and the sensation is much like drowning.
And you, like, Fleece just starts. What do you guys do?
I do not have silence, damn it.
Wait, what do I got?
I don't like this.
Yeah. And as he starts to say that, you, like, you guys could have left this, but who would kind of fun with that a bit. As you do that, you start seeing some cracks in the waystones in this casing start to crack open.
Waystone, I look over at Kyrie. I may have been wrong, but this was probably still dangerous.
And
Dangerous,
there is,
definitely.
from these cracks, you starts to seep out this almost yellowish gold smoke that doesn't quite match what's going on. It's like gold and purple that sort of just like comes out, not from like the stone, but from the encasing. And it sort of forms above this stone into a just very smoke visage of a 3-headed dragon. Golden.
Yep. Nope, that's
Three-headed
That's bad.
And it
Stop
sort
talking,
of,
Fleece.
it roars at you before this thing's like in anger, like it's angry that you're saying these words. And you just like this, like a pulse kind of like comes from the stone, and the that smoke dissipates. The cavern around you seems to grow larger, way larger than it should be underneath this town. And all along the cavern wall, thousands of eyes open up to look at you. I need you all to make wisdom saves for me.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk.
Remember, people get a bonus.
Yep, you do get a bonus around Fleece.
1. Enjoy it.
You get a +1 from please. You get a 7.
That's a good old 7.
14 for me.
Okay, yeah. The only. Oh man, a 14. No, you are all terrified. Like to the point where
Didn't need to.
yes.
Oh,
Didn't need to roll
I,
for that.
I don't think I can be terrified.
Ooh.
You're
Or,
terrified. Like I'm gonna say because this is beyond any like this.
Beyond the powers of my god.
It's definitely beyond the powers of your god.
Yeah, I'm out.
Who we don't know who your god is at this point.
It's the floof.
It's the floof. We'll say it's the floof. The god is your floof. And the stone sort of falls off of this crystal, and it is a very dull pink glow. Like it's not bright, it is dull. And sort of crawling out of it is this huge vestige of a gray, just gray skinned, gray hair, gray clothes woman, like huge woman, and her eyes are covered with a bandana. And it's like she was covered in cement, but it is also starting to crumble off of her to reveal her own visage, which is angelic.
I'm terrified and aroused at the same time. This isn't working.
Resident Evil.
Like, and I'll kind of just give you guys a sort
Resident
of
Evil.
an image to be like what you kind of see. I'll put it in Twitch chat even, so that everyone can click on that. And you sort of hear, like, her mouth doesn't move, but you hear and it resonates, and is like, I am the Watcher, Chazakiel. You have awakened the first stone. What?
I am so
say
sorry.
you?
Sorry, what did she ask?
What? You are not my child.
I'm Kyrie.
And she, like, her head just like quickly turns to you. It's all very like unsettling, her movements, right? You're in, like, it's an angel, but yeah,
Kyrie's terrified.
it's not like
Kyrie's
even,
just word vomiting though.
and because we have like someone with, like, you have a paladin here with divine sense, like, sure, it's an angel, but you have please, it doesn't give off that kind of celestial visage. It gives off the visage of a god.
Oh god, yeah, I'm going down to my knees.
Well, you already were because you were terrified.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going down on my tummy. Like, I am so sorry. What do you need from us?
We're not your child. Who is? Just out of curiosity. Maybe we know him.
My children are those who come from my womb, and the wombs of the wombs of the wombs, the seeds of the seeds that I have laid upon this world and others.
Well, yeah, that's how it works. Names?
Don't sass the god.
And there's like a moment
Curious?
in this world, and like she kind of like, it's an unsettling like crick and crack, like kind of stretch, very like, oh god, Silent Hill nursey.
Yeah.
And as she's trying to like think, Ophelia.
I know her. We're friends. We used to chill back in the day. We're tight. We were actually kind of looking for her. That's why we're here.
She is with the mother and the father.
Okay.
Sign of the cross. Uh-huh.
Okay. Interesting. Do you know a Thora?
No,
Okay.
it's
Just
not
thought
my
I'd
child.
ask. Got it.
Can I identify this entity at all?
I mean, she said that her name was Chazakiel.
Yeah.
So like this is like a name that was like mentioned earlier this session.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
like on
It's
the
a god
pamphlet.
from outside of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that actually on the pamphlet?
No,
No,
it's
it's
not on the pamphlet.
Yeah.
That was just kind of written in Darkheart's notes.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
privy to that part.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chazakiel was in Darkheart's notes. Ophelia,
Mm-hmm.
her notes. We were looking through them. We totally had permission.
Yeah.
It was cool with her.
Someone told us to,
Yeah.
and we cleaned up.
Yeah, we cleaned up after ourselves too.
Are you responsible for that? I say, pointing toward the eyes.
How
would
else
say
am I
that's probably-
supposed to see?
Yeah, see, there's
Okay,
her
cool.
eyes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
How may we serve you?
Don't.
Oh!
That's how you get in trouble, Fleece.
I don't know about that.
It's a god. What do you want to do?
There are many different kinds of gods. Not all of them are good.
If you are in the presence of a god, you just go
I'm
leave.
either dying or not. I don't really have an option in that case.
yeah.
I have no desire to end your life.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's a great place to
You are
start from.
benevolent as you are beautiful and wise.
Yes.
I'll give you beautiful. Absolutely.
You can, Malik, make a religion check. Mm-hmm. I mean, an 11. You do, like, you can't recall why it's important, but the fact that she called herself a watcher seems important.
Yeah, something. What do what do watch?
Hey.
What does your role as a watcher mean?
I'm gonna get to Lily real quick. Lily's role real quick.
Yeah.
This pink on this stone is suspiciously the same shade-ish as the pink on that mural with the pink dots around it. So you have, both of you are like, you watch the Waystones!
Okay.
You are the guardians of these, they are the guardians of these stones into other worlds.
Okay, so you're guarding the stones, huh?
This one.
Okay, cool.
May we use it, please, O benevolent and wonderful being?
When you ask that, she seems to stand at her full height, and as she stands, the cavern grows with her in size. Gently. Step on me, goddess, please. Sort of thing.
Hi.
Yeah. And the mist around you forms and solidifies, and also grows in size. And it is a very East Asian style dragon that sort of wraps around this being, and she like kind of like, you know, someone holding their pet snake. And she like caresses it slightly beneath its chin as if she hasn't seen it in a long time.
That's whose lair it is. All right. Figured that part out.
There you go. There is not a sense of malevolence at all from either of these. I will throw that out there. If anything, it's a very neutral feeling that you're getting. Like, it's grandeur, but it's not like being in the presence of Lilith where you're just like, fuck. fuck,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or when you guys were in, like, well, with Lilith,
Yeah.
particularly, you were in the presence of Bahamut at some time, and you had that, like, it's that same grandeur, but you're not getting, or fuck. It's just like, oh, yeah. So now, what was the question again, out of character, Lee?
I think I just asked if we could use the Waystones.
Yes, that's what I was wondering. And
Yeah.
as she stands up and her dragon joins her, she goes, no.
Well, drat. That is
Wait,
kind of
we
why we
can't-
came here.
Can't use it? Is there a quest we may go on so to have your favor so we may use it? Oh, benevolent,
Go kill
beautiful,
some boars in the
gorgeous.
woods.
Anything you want.
She sort of motions down to the stone, and it is too dim.
You want us to make it dry, my lord?
No.
Did she say it's too damp? That's
it-
what I heard. Did I
Dim.
mishear?
Dim.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Please, you got any
I
more
was like-
torches?
Question.
Mhm.
What petrified the Waystone?
The false one. The one who thinks that she can become God.
That's what everyone's been talking about when they say unblock the Waystones. Okay.
Would thou likest me to smite it?
It's already been unblocked. Follow-up question. Do you know where the others are? We can get on unblocking those.
She sort of... I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, Malik. You get the thing from... You get the... Because you're asking for essentially a direct vision or communication from this god.
The only modifications to my Constitution saving throws I get are like advantage on concentration checks. So I'm
Right.
assuming it's not a
With
concentration
your in
check.
Fleece's aura as
Oh,
well.
I guess I get the plus
you
one.
have part of Fleece's fuzziness is on you.
So a natural
All
20.
right, excellent.
Which
So you
makes
are
it
bracing
24.
yourself because I am in a god. I am prepared for this. You're bracing yourself. It's still awful, and you're still gonna take a little bit of psychic damage from it, but not,
Yeah, probably.
not a lot. As you are essentially receiving, since you asked the question, 20, 26.
Because while Malik is frightened, is scare horny,
Yeah.
he can still think.
Yeah, you'll take a 28 psychic damage as you receive this, essentially this vision of your planet, like rotating around, like not even just your planet, like your solar system, because this is how grand it is. It's like it's almost like you're traveling through the roots of the world tree to see your own solar system, and you sort of come out of it inside of space above your planet, and you see just little glowing dots and locations all over your globe into where they would be located. And that's how she
Awesome.
communicates with you.
Doctor Strange stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I
It's
have an
trippy as
idea.
hell. It's trippy
World-
as hell. Yeah.
World tree roots are actually wormholes connecting galaxies. Ah!
That's exactly what it is.
Get it together, man!
Yeah.
Uh,
And she pulls back that vision from you, but it's sort of ingrained into your brain now, to where if you were to look at world maps, you could pinpoint where they could be.
sort of like palm to my eyes. Ow!
I mean, you asked.
No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys, I have what we need to unblock the rest of them.
Excellent.
Okay.
Would you like me to carry you out? Are you okay?
We should leave before my eyes start to bleed.
I will carry you.
I can walk.
Thank you, wonderful and most precious God.
I'll say hi to Darkheart if we see her before we see you next, or you see her next. Bye.
And as y'all sort of leave this cavern and this god and her dragon, as you leave, like, you sort of very much telepathically, but also, like, as an echo, like, you can't tell. You just hear the words, Ragnarok is upon you. Ragnarok is upon you. Like, over,
Figured
like,
that one out.
yeah,
Thanks.
yep. Uh-huh. And it stops, like, once you exit the original door, like the door y'all came through, it closes with that very fleshy guy, fleshy door, and like the two eyes
He's back.
open, yeah, and like
Hello.
closes it, yeah. And you can safely make it outside and kind of recoup and talk about what just happened. You guys got like 10 minutes to talk about what just happened.
That was awesome. I have not been in the presence of such a thing, and it's like I got chills. Those little bumps on my hands are rising.
Chills? Are they multiplying?
What?
Never mind.
Were you,
You okay
referencing
there,
some
Malik?
sort of song?
I think there's like music in my head I've never heard before. It's really weird.
Sing it.
And some white guy with a bad hairdo.
What's the tone of it?
Like, it's like, I want to say 90s pop, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that knowledge does come into your brain, as well. Like, yeah, that's why you made the psychic damage, not from the map.
Yeah, no, Grease is in my head.
Yeah.
Think about a car taking off like a rocket ship. I don't know what either of those words mean.
Anyway.
But so the Watcher imparted the location of the other waystones into my brain directly.
Mm-hmm. How many are there?
20.
20.
19 other than that one.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's our most expedient course of action then.
Well, we can either race Lilith for a bunch of dragon shards.
Yeah.
Or race Dree.
Huh.
I feel like opening those are going to be the more guaranteed success.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But I don't know if we win that race.
You have my staff.
I have my own, thanks.
I meant like to use in accomplishing this mission. It was supposed to be a very romantic moment, Malik, and you ruined it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You have my lube, and Kyrie pulls out her little bottle.
I have my own, thanks.
For pushing boulders aside and all of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
So what is the closest stone?
I spit out a location.
The closest is there is one in Elkhart. For sure. That's the closest one, is the Elkhart one. Actually, I lied. The closest one is actually on the island that Dree currently resides in, like, where the capital of Covington was.
Well,
that's your closest one.
That's just a no-go.
We'll save that one for last.
Your second closest one is Elkhart.
Well, we already kind of wanted to go there.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that. 2 birds with 1 hunting dog. Why am I talking like this?
I don't know. It's very weird. You want me to heal you? I can lay hands on you.
I don't know if you can heal this.
Try. It's psychic damage, so I don't know.
Gonna heal him.
Yeah, it's you can repair psychic damage with healing hands. Yeah.
The damage isn't what I'm talking about.
Oh.
How many hit points do you give me?
I can fill you up. I have like 60 in my bank.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As y'all are sort of sitting here discussing this and what to do and where to go, roll me perceptions.
I know.
Well, first of all, we need to go back to the council chamber and. Oh God!
Yeah. Cool. So, yep, it's definitely. I'll definitely notice that the cloud cover is darker and deeper, but um, our 15 there, there seems to be sort of off in the distance, like, because you can see the ocean from where you're standing on, like, this part of the temple is pretty highest out on levitation that you can get in the area. And you're as you're healing and you're looking over Malik and you see the sky and this almost this storm rolling in from the ocean and these yellow lightning bolts. You hear a guttural roar that has underlining chirps into it. And Fleece, diving out from the clouds, is a three-headed dragon.
Hey, Malik. Kyrie, there's a dragon.
Fuck.
Let's do this.
And that's where we're gonna end this.
Oh,
Where we get eaten by Tiamat.
Fleece like jumping.
Whichever one it is.
Oh, like Kyrie recognizes this bitch when she had one head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Tree.
It's
Hey.
Tree. It is. That's where we're gonna end that.
That
Rava's gonna
sucks.
die next time. All right.
You're
Cool.
leaving us for like 2 weeks to figure out what happened.
Yes,
That's
because
so-
I need
We're
2 weeks to prepare for what happens. We're mid-season essentially happening right
We're
now.
gonna spend all those 2 weeks just building like Home Alone traps everywhere.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, like the next session opens up with Rava charging Dree and just getting splatted. And then we
Just
continue.
splatted.
Yeah. But then
Um,
3 buckets fall on each of Dree's heads. Ah.
A bag full of cans.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that's us. Thank you everyone for coming and showing up. I hope everyone had a great fucking time. I sure
I
did.
did.
And yeah, so for the rest of the week, we have a pretty busy week this week. You can catch us later on tonight with some more Dungeons and Dragons, as we are actually in the Underdark, in a Temple of Loth, about to talk to Loth. I just froze too. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
My
good.
videos.
Freeze,
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're gonna have a conversation with Loth, and my little illustrator worshipping half drow is like, oh God, get me out of here. She's not okay with it. Then tomorrow we have more Dungeons and Dragons with the World of Ashenfell, and then tomorrow night at 6 p.m. PST we are premiering our The Expanse TTRPG, our first actual play with my very, very cute husband manning the GM seat for that one, as he's going to take some people through space. Then on Friday, we return to you with Lancer, and then on Saturday, we will finally get back to Dragon Age. That's what's happening on this channel, and next week we will not be here on Wednesday, because I gotta go replace my baby blocker, and I just need about a day and a half to just lay down and not be sober as I process that. So, but everyone else going in the opposite direction in which we came, or yes.
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Tell us where we can find you on the internet and all of these good things.
Yeah, you
That's
can find
wrong.
me on Twitter at John A. Bates. You can also find me on Twitter at Final Show Films, and on Twitch and on YouTube at twitch.tv/Final Show Films and youtube.com/Final Show Films. Just this week, we started my Since Taku's ADHD stream, which is me using my primary coping mechanism of making a show out of things in order to cope with my ADHD. I am streaming from 9 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday, every day until either I'm making a living at streaming or I have a new day job. One of the two. So tune in to that. We're currently playing through. We're playing through games that I've failed to finish streaming. In this week, we're doing Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I've played before, but I've streamed before, but I never finished streaming. And then obviously tonight we have next episode of our Hunt of the Vigil game in our World of Darkness Wednesday stream, and tomorrow night we got more Dungeons and Dragons with Grand Terror Shadowfront, and then on Friday, and then on Saturdays and Sundays you'll see our YouTube uploads for our YouTube specific shows such as Stardust, Into the Vast, and Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. So that's me.
Whew, lots of good stuff. Lily, go ahead, fam. As I try to figure out what the heck is wrong with your Nightbot command.
It doesn't seem to want to go. My name's Lilith. You can find me at Death Carpets on just about any social media platform. I make 2 podcasts. One of them, I feel like I don't talk about this one enough. It's called The Big Match Minute. We take ridiculous wrestling matches and we break them down 1 minute at a time. It is absolutely wild. Right now we're doing the Final Deletion match. Before that, we did the Firefly Funhouse match. My other show is Ghost Puncher Core. Is a heavy metal tabletop role playing, like an actual play. The way I've kind of come around to describing Ghost Puncher Core is like if a lot of actual plays are pro wrestling, then Ghost Puncher Core is cinematic matches. It's weird. It's heavily edited, lots of soundtrack, lots of sound effects and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of rules because we're like Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. Anyway, that's me.
Nice.
What up? I'm Mitchell, aka Penny for a Tale. You can find me on Penny for a Tale, Weave the Tale. Specifically, you can find me tonight at 8 p.m. on Gehenna Twitch channel, talking about Helmgas and Cult Divinity Lost. So make sure to check that out, as well as check out all the stuff going on here. Do both. Other than that, Weave the Tale, their season is starting up in about 2 weeks, so make sure to check that out. Parslings, The Great American Witch, so many awesome indie titles. I know which one of they're gonna be on, and it's gonna be great.
I'm on The Great American Witch, and I'm very excited for it.
I am so jelly.
Yeah.
I looked over the book. It's amazing.
It's pretty
so
good.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Being a witch is awesome. So definitely make sure to check and support that out. Other than that, this has been fun. I can't wait, and I am saddened that I have to wait 2 weeks to jump at this person, but I will think about it every day.
All right. We're not going to do a raid. It kind of seems Twitch is being a little funny on my end, so we're not going to do a raid today, as I might have to update Chrome or something, because something's being very strange for me. But with that, we're just going to go now. Everybody, wave bye. I love you, and we will see you later tonight.